Hey folks, FJB3 here with another wrestling video because I am a wrestling nut. The topic of today's video is my takeaways from last night's WWE Netflix Raw. Overall, all right show. Um, really wanted to solidify what I've been saying ever since Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble, and how that was the wrong decision. Because what we're seeing here is clearly Uso versus Gunther, coming on in the beginning of the programs, and keep doing the same thing over and over as far as the action. Gunther coming in and choking him out, making him go to sleep. He's the story is Jay's the inferior opponent. He's not worthy of Gunther. He's 0-3 against Gunther. As I've stated before, 8 days before the Royal Rumble, he had a match against Gunther for that title and lost decisively and cleanly. But yet they decide to go that direction, and they're trying to do a redemption story because everybody knows Jey Uso is going to win the World Championship. He will not have a long run, but it looks like they want to give him his moment. And it boggles my mind because when they pushed him as a singles competitor, they gave him plenty of opportunities. They even granted him the Intercontinental Championship. He had a short run. People forget about that. And that was the story was that Rikishi was bitching to creative about how Jay gets all these opportunities, but he never gets the chance, the title. And he did. So they rewarded him with that. People forget about it. And yet, then they give him another match with Gunther, World Championship. No. Then he wins the Royal Rumble. So this is an absolute fail because I've been saying it from the get-go. The winner of the Royal Rumble is supposed to pick their opponent and headline a night of WrestleMania. Now that WrestleMania is 2 nights. So you can clearly see that this match is not going to highlight, or headline, I should say, WrestleMania. It looks like they're going to pivot to the match with all the star power in it. And that would be the potential triple threat match of CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. They ended the show last night with Reigns coming in and decimating both Rollins and Punk, in that he actually pulled Rollins out of the cage, so Punk lost the match technically, which was the decision, the only decision, because now Punk has to figure out a way to be part of this match, and it looks like Paul Heyman's going to be the key. He asked Paul Heyman for a favor. I'm speculating that this favor, Paul Heyman will somehow be in CM Punk's corner, and somehow CM Punk will be interjected into a triple threat match between Reigns and Rollins and himself. And not only, this match will actually fulfill Punk's lifelong dreams of headlining WrestleMania because this match will close night one. So that's my main point because Gunther Uso is they got 5 more weeks of this. I mean, that could be a day one mid card match. The women's with Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. Again, I made a video about how they're rewarding Io Sky because she, with all the main talent being gone, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley for that matter, Io Sky became more popular. Liv Morgan and her carried the division, but Io Sky just skyrocketed in her popularity because her character is so over and she's an incredible in-ring performer. So instead of having a straight-up match between Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley when Ripley was champion, it's going to be another triple threat. Seems like this is the theme for WrestleMania, and that could be a great match. And I also said Charlotte Flair and Tiffany if they did it right. I don't necessarily think that you have to have a women's match headline one night and a men's match the other night. I'm just the best story, whatever the best story that is there with the names involved that can deliver on that story in the ring. that's how I would look at how I would book the headline for night one of WrestleMania. Um, Overall, like I said, it's a pretty good show. The Lucha Libre thing with Chad Gable is kind of cool. Some people think it's Ray Phoenix coming over since he's not with AEW anymore. That seems logical, but we'll see how that pans out. Pretty good swerve there. But overall, my content is from a perspective and analysis that's been watching wrestling for over 40 years. I'm a wrestling nut. I give you my honest perspective. It sometimes seems really critical, but I do enjoy professional wrestling so much that I try to take out of it everything that I can get, the good and the bad. So let me know your feedback overall of the show, and where do you think WWE Creative is going with night one main event WrestleMania. All right, thanks.